I agree. They should add Fork to Deadeye 2 to bring it up to the other two classes. Okay, Deadeye... Okay, so this is the thing, right? Deadeye, out of Pathfinder, Raider, and Deadeye, Deadeye is the best budget. The reason why Deadeye is the best budget is it has the most inbuilt damage of those three options for a bow build. Again, talking about just crit generic bow builds. It has the most inbuilt damage. So if you're doing a league starter, or you're just doing any kind of bow build on a budget, you can pick it for your start. Then as you get the higher levels of gear that you no longer need the damage, and you have the currency, you can then change your ascendancy into a Pathfinder, right? So it's actually, it serves a purpose. It has a purpose in the current state of the game. Do you want to play a chain build? Yes, you will always pick Deadeye. If you want to play chain, you will always pick Deadeye. No question about it. Do you want to do stuff on the budget? Yes, you'll pick Deadeye. So it does fit, it does have its niches. The issue I have with Deadeye is how so much of the ascendancy is nearly good for spells, but not good for spells. So, for example, why can't this be attack and cast speed? Proj damage is good for spells. Attack speed, shit for spells. Proj speed, proj damage, good for spells. Attack speed, shit for spells. Attack speed, shit for spells. Projectile attacks. Why? This could just be projectiles. Okay. Extra projectile is fucking amazing. Extra AoE is fucking amazing. They can keep the accuracy on there. So, like, that's really fucking good for spells. That's really fucking good for spells. That's really fucking good for spells. That isn't, for some fucking reason. These are nearly good for spells. This is really fucking good for spells. Again, attack projectiles. So this is shit for spells. The crit chance thing, this is 100% crit chance. Right? Projectiles have 100% additional chance to pierce target. If you're playing a pierce build, this is 100% crit chance. But it's all, like, tied into attacks. So it's just like, And then this is good. And this is attacks for the first bit, which is kind of awkward. If you can somehow trigger the bleeds, then this can be good for spells. But it's one of those things of, like, it's so nearly a really good spell ascendancy. Like, for the EK thing, you could so very nearly do a cool Deadeye EK thing. So all they really need to do to bring Deadeye up to the other two, in my opinion, is just add more spell support. And then maybe tweak some of the numbers if they wanted to, but I actually think it's fine. If they made it, if they didn't want to do any of that, if they want to keep it really, like, tailored to attacks, if they change this to skilled fire 2 additional projectiles, then Deadeye would still, you would still have to think about picking Deadeye. And the reason why I say pick 2 additional projectiles is because of Scion. So Scion gets the Pierce and 1 additional projectile from Deadeye. Now, currently, no one plays Scion because the rest of its options are shit. If and when they eventually make Scion good again, right? When they eventually make Scion good again, everyone will just do Scion for the additional proj. Right? Having 2 additional projectiles on Deadeye wouldn't actually be that broken. It wouldn't be that broken, because if you think about it, you can always just get a Dying Sun and a shit ton of Flask Effectiveness. You can always get a Taste of Hate and a shit ton of Flask Effectiveness. You can always get insert any ridiculously fucking overpowered Flask here and a shit ton of Flask Effectiveness, and you'd then be like, well, I'll just go Pathfinder. Pathfinder gets status element immunity. It gets all sorts of PogChamp shit. Raider gets loads of PogChamp shit, both offensive and defensive. Deadeye is only damage. It's pure damage. It has absolutely 0 defense built into it. So if you're going to have a pure fucking damage ascendancy, then it should be the default pick for raw fucking damage. But in most cases, it loses to Assassin, right? So currently, the only reason you actually take it is for the chain and the additional projectile. But, as previously stated, the second they make Scion good again, you will always go for Scion for the additional projectile. So yeah. in my opinion, to make like Deadeye PogChamp, you want to have 2 proj on it. And it wouldn't be broken. It would actually be fairly in line. So, yeah. And they will eventually make some. Like, this is just one other thing. Scion, with the tree the way it currently is, until they do a massive skill tree rework, Scion will always be the best or worst. Now, currently, it's just like dog shit for nearly everything. There's like 1 or 2 like good totem builds. But it's one of those things of Scion has such easy traveling on the tree and such easy access to jewels, and jewels are so fucking efficient that it's one of those things of you kind of just default to it whenever you can because you just have so much flexibility on the tree, and then you get really efficient, powerful trees, right? So the second it's like decent, like choice option wise, it's not going to be a case of like, oh, Scion's now evenly represented. It'll be a case of, yeah, no, like 20-30% of the ladder is all Scion. It's incredibly hard to keep that shit balanced. So Deadeye needs 2 proj. That's just my opinion.